now giving us a clear picture of public safety across the community. We'll break down what these numbers mean for you and your neighborhood.
Temperature is getting pretty chilly for tonight, but we have a nice mild day tomorrow before round one of 2 Arctic blasts over the next week. We'll discuss that forecast coming up.
Local first now. We bring you WBKO News at 10.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at 10. I'm Avery Catalano. New legislation filed in Kentucky is gaining a lot of attention because if it's passed, only U.S.-born natural citizens could hold state or local office. Republican Representative Shane Baker of Somerset is behind the 2 measures filed during the first week of the General Assembly. House Bill 186 targets local elected offices, while House Bill 259 is a proposed constitutional amendment for state officials. Both bills would require candidates running for office to be natural-born citizens of the U.S. Current state representative Nina Kulkarni of Louisville was born in India, but later became a naturalized citizen. Kulkarni says she's disappointed this legislation has even been proposed.
Kentucky is facing a lot of challenges, especially as we're looking at the closure of rural hospitals. How are we going to navigate people not being able to access federal benefits for food, for health care? Those are the issues that we need to be focusing on. I don't think Kentuckians are asking for the moon here. I think they just want to be able to live their lives.
These proposed bills have pushed Representative Kulkarni's own father to file at the last minute to run for the state house. Kulkarni says she's not surprised to see her father take a stand and hopes more people will do the same. Also new at 10, House Bill 61 has been filed during the first week of the legislative session. Kentucky Representative John Hodgson is the sponsor of this proposed legislation. The bill aims to create the Kentucky Emergency Volunteer Corps. Volunteers will be trained to help during emergency situations like tornadoes or floods. Removing storm debris and distributing water are some ways the group will help out. Hodgson says the idea is to have additional help during a disaster and more organization when responding.
Rather than have, if you have a tornado, have a bunch of people run out to help with a chainsaw and a pair of gloves, you need to have some organization, some training. But I think also it's very difficult for our young people today to get involved like that and have something to do. We have scouts graduate from scouting. We have Bluegrass Challenge Academy people graduate. You don't really know where to go serve.
The KEP Corps would be completely volunteer and would not use taxpayers' dollars. Instead, corporate donations and grants, along with private donations, would be used to purchase uniforms and equipment. Turning now to new details out of Madisonville, where police say a traffic stop led to a drug-dealing arrest. Police say they stopped a car Saturday night on Sugg Street, where they found 23-year-old Josie Crafton. After approaching her vehicle, she initially refused to get out of the car, but eventually admitted to hiding drugs, according to police. Officers say they found 2 large bags of meth and some needles. Crafton is being charged with trafficking meth and drug possession. Meanwhile, 1 person is dead and a body has been recovered after a house fire in Ohio County on Sunday. The sheriff's office responded to the house fire in Centertown at approximately 2:15 p.m. yesterday. Other agencies that responded include the Centertown Fire Department, Hartford Fire Department, and the Ohio County Coroner's Office. The investigation remains ongoing, and we will continue to keep you updated on air and online on our website, wbko.com. Meanwhile, here in Bowling Green, police have released its latest crime statistics, offering a snapshot of public safety across the area. WBKO's Adam Ferguson spoke with the department to break down these statistics and take a look at what the numbers show.
For the Bowling Green Police Department, each year sees thousands of calls to action. In 2025, the city of over 72,000 people saw a total of 11,198 citations and 4,195 arrests.
I'm not certain what people think crime is like in our town, mostly because if you pay attention to social media, you would think that every time that there's a posting that says shots are fired here or EMS police fire en route to a stabbing or something, that people would think that maybe that person died from those wounds. If you pay attention to those things, you would think that crime is terrible, out of control. But the reality is, according to the statistics, it's not the case.
According to Ward, there has been a downward trend in calls overall, though there were 3 murders investigated in 2025, an increase of 2 from the previous year.
You know, a lot of times when there is a crime that's occurred, everyone wants to know why. Why did this happen? Why did they do it? And we're not always able to put a reason behind it. But I'll tell you, across America, every community, including ours, suffers from some sort of a drug component in their crimes.
Ward said 536 drug citations were issued in 2025, with 503 drug paraphernalia items seized. Another major source of calls came from vehicular collisions. There were 3,666 total collisions in Bowling Green, with 703 total injuries and 8 fatalities.
What we see as a cause of collisions in Bowling Green is inattention. People don't realize someone in front of them slowing down, and they run into the back of them. We see a lot of collisions like that. You can't really go back as far as to say how many collisions we had prior to cell phones, but what I would say is that we have a lot of distractions in our vehicles now. We have radios and phones and food, and I've even seen people getting ready for work on their drive. They're shaving or they're putting makeup on, things like that. That oftentimes causes people to run into each other just because they get sidetracked or they're paying attention to something else.
Reporting in Bowling Green, Adam Ferguson, Wbko News.
Other crime statistics included shoplifting with 500 reported cases and larceny with almost 1,800 citations. More details can be found on our website, wbko.com.
It's a quiet night ahead for us. Temperatures down into the lower 30s as we speak. And a live look along the Scottsville Road with our AAA Systems live camera. Not too many folks out and about. We are at 33 degrees. Winds are calm. Tomorrow we will definitely be dealing with enough of a breeze as the day wears on, and that's going to allow those temperatures to really warm up. Across the area, we've got that 33 in Bowling Green, 41 in Louisville, 29 in London, 36 in Nashville. Expect a little bit of frost on the vehicle to start the day off. At the bus stop tomorrow morning, not too bad, 34 degrees. Make sure the kiddos have a warm coat. Yes, we're grading our forecast now by the afternoon. That is a solid A right there with temperatures around at 60 degrees, but we will have that breezy wind. This, of course, in advance of a cold front that's going to bring us some rain, maybe even a little bit of snow. We'll talk about the cold and the extended outlook coming up.
Turning now to a health alert, where according to a survey from reviews.org, around half of Americans admit they feel addicted to their cell phones, which is why it's important to adopt healthy digital habits. Some tips for healthier digital habits include scheduling tech-free time during the day or even setting device-free zones in your house. It's also recommended to track your screen time on your phone weekly. AT&T has an app called AT&T Secure Family that helps manage and track internet usage. For more information regarding this app, visit the website located on your screen. At least 15 universities fired their head football coaches in 2025, paying them millions and shattering previous season buyout records.
Again, it's spend, spend, and spend, and it's not managing those dollars like the rest of the university has to do. So it's about time we figure out a way, and working through Congress is a way to force college athletics programs to manage their revenue better.
Coming up at 10, a sports expert says it's time to address mega contracts for coaches. Plus, see what our national investigative team uncovered about who got the biggest buyouts.
Your home is your happy place until you come back to bad odors. Use Febreze Plug-In. It has a microchip that alternates between 2 scents to fight odors and provide freshness for up to 50 days. Try Febreze Plug.
Febreze. Love your plugins but wish you had more scent control? Meet the Febreze Plug Scent Booster. Enjoy the same 50 days of continuous scent as Febreze Plug, including a cord for flexible placement options and a boost button for extra scent. Febreze Plug Scent Booster.
My best cat called this guy. I was wearing overalls and he goes,
Looking ahead, a change is coming this spring for Kentucky high school students. The state, which traditionally used the ACT as the standard measurement to get into college, will now switch to the SAT. The Kentucky Department of Education says it'll save the state more than $350,000. As Rob Wells found out, administrators are looking far beyond the bottom line.
As Chief Academic Officer for Hardin County Schools, Greg Sutton knows prepping students for college entrance exams will look different this spring after the state voted to switch from ACT to SAT formats.
And it didn't officially pass, I think, like September 23rd. So we were into this school year before we really found out that this change is going to be made.
Sutton said the SAT is accepted nationwide and at a number of Kentucky schools, including U of L, UK, WKU, and EKU. It relies more on critical thinking versus the ACT module.
The ACT did have an English, math, a reading, and a science section. What you see about the SAT is that it doesn't necessarily have a section specific to science. It's primarily reading, writing, and math. But what they do is they integrate the science questions across the different sections within the test.
Depending on how well the student does in the first half of the SAT, the questions automatically adjust for the remainder of the exam.
It is adaptive type test where it does take into consideration students miss certain questions. It can increase or decrease the level of difficulty of the questions they receive, so they can get a more accurate score on the students.
While the ACT was offered in both handwritten and digital formats, the SAT is electronic only. And while the ACT could take more than 3 hours to complete, the SAT runs around 2.
It's hard to keep a student's attention over 3 hours and 35 minutes on a test, and I think this is going to allow kids to showcase more about what they really know and what they could achieve.
Sutton added around 1,100 juniors in the Hardin County District will be taking the SAT. They had a contract with a company called CERT that administers practice ACT tests. Sutton added the same company offers an SAT format to get students prepared. Meanwhile, the new year brings a new round of construction projects to Kentucky roadways. And one project Louisville drivers need to keep in mind is the 2-month shutdown of Interstate 65 that's scheduled for this summer. The I-65 Central Corridor project is a $150 million project that requires crews to shut down I-65 in both directions from Jefferson Street to downtown to the Waterson Expressway. The project will replace and fix at least half a dozen interstate bridges with the goal of improving safety. Right now, I-65 is set to close in June and won't reopen until August. Get ready, cookie lovers. The Girl Scout cookie sale officially kicks off today, and there's a brand new flavor to try. We'll tell you how you can get your hands on these delicious treats coming up.
Here's a little weather fun fact for you. On this day 140 years ago, we got down to minus 26 degrees in Bowling Green. That is the coldest temperature ever recorded in climate history here in BG. We're not going to quite get that cold as we look ahead, but it certainly will be cold enough. We'll discuss the forecast after the break.
Traveling with Barbara O'Neill and her team this summer was a dream come true. I gained invaluable insight into natural healing and holistic wellness.
Wbko's First Alert Weather, brought to you by MedCenter Health.
It was a pretty nice day overall. We had that sunshine. Temperatures upper 40s. Will do better than that tomorrow. It does come with a breeze, but more sunshine. Temperatures close to 60 degrees tomorrow. And then we get into the cold stuff. Right now, we are sitting in the lower
36
30s,
degrees.
right at freezing in Bowling Green, 36. Scottsville, also in Russellville, we have 37 back into Greenville. And over there in the Tompkinsville, it's sitting at 36 degrees.
36 here in
The
Litchfield.
weather is really coming in 2 Arctic blasts, 2 Arctic waves as we look ahead to the next week. Over the next few days, 60 degrees tomorrow. We're down to 48 for part of the day on Wednesday. Temperatures could really start to come down during the afternoon. And we're only getting to 32 degrees on Thursday. Some more cold expected as we continue into the weekend. So let's get a look at the wave of cold coming in from Canada. Here's our first purple blob coming in, and that's indicating some pretty cold weather for the Great Lakes and back towards the eastern half of the country. That's going to kick out, and then another cold shot coming on in. Of course, it is winter time, and the jet stream is often very active, and so we'll have pulses of real cold air come in over the course of the next week here. And with it does come some precipitation, especially with the next round of cold. Doppler max right now, just some thin clouds passing through, and you can see those moving on by. Expecting maybe some scattered clouds tomorrow morning. A lot of sunshine throughout the day. You will feel that breezy south wind. More clouds increasing into your Tuesday nights. Then come the rain showers, a little bit more widespread late on Tuesday into early Wednesday as we track the time here. And you can see those showers continuing to make the move through for at least the first half of the day as that cold breeze blows in from the north. A couple of isolated snow showers. If there would be any light accumulations, it looks to be further to the east. We may not get too many snow showers here. And then by the time we head into Thursday, it is just going to be cold overall. For tonight, temperatures settling right where they're at. We'll be right around that freezing mark for much of the night. And then as we get into the day on Tuesday, enough sunshine. Temperatures about 60 degrees. It will come with that breezy south wind, a little bit more cloud cover, especially as we make the turn into the evening. As we check out your 7-day forecast here, we've got some of those rain showers for the first part of the day on Wednesday, maybe a few snowflakes later into the afternoon as that air gets colder. Chilly sunshine on Thursday, and then we head into the weekend. You can see by the time we get the Sunday highs, not even getting to freezing, and those lows will be down into the teens.
College football programs have been on the hook for more than $1 billion in buyouts since 2004. Money paid for coaches not to coach. This past season shattered records. More than $200 million written into fired coaches' contracts. National investigative reporter Chris Nakamoto investigates this buyout boom.
It's game day at the Grove in Oxford, Mississippi.
I think it was a terrible decision. Thought he was a better guy.
We hate him too. Lane Kiffin's dramatic departure at the end of 2025 shook college football fans across America as teams chased gridiron glory. That's because he replaced one of the 15 head coaches fired in 2025 with contracted buyouts worth a total of $228 million. The top listed buyout amount of the year at LSU, Kiffin's new turf.
This is my responsibility.
That fired coach, Brian Kelly, who was abruptly fired following an abysmal performance of the Tigers against Texas A&M, losing 49-25 in October. But his buyout to leave, $54 million, the second largest in college football history. And that wasn't the only buyout LSU was on the hook for. It also had to send money over to Oxford. Built into Kiffin's new contract, LSU paid hundreds of thousands to Ole Miss for his buyout and playoff wins. Plus, his new contract with LSU is now the second highest in college football, worth $91 million.
The coaches have all the leverage right now, whether they're leaving or coming in.
David Ridpath is a professor of sports business at Ohio University, a university that just terminated its football coach for cause in December. Brian Smith is now demanding a $2.5 million buyout after the university sent him packing.
The school is saying they're not going to pay the buyout. I think eventually they're going to have to.
Our national investigative team looked at coaching data around the country and found the staggering $228 million in contracted buyouts in 2025 broke records for the largest buyouts in college athletics. Our team crunched the numbers and found 2025 buyouts could fund the entire 1,700 student freshman class at Harvard, one of America's most prestigious Ivy League colleges.
Again, it's spin, and it's not managing those dollars like the rest of the university has to do.
In 2025, the SEC was on the hook for at least $138 million for 5 coaches not to work. Brian Kelly's buyout, $54 million. Kentucky's Mark Stoops, $38 million. Florida's Billy Napier, $21 million, followed by Auburn's Hugh Freeze at nearly $16 million. And Arkansas's Sam Pittman, $9.3 million.
If you don't win the SEC, you're not going to last very long. Not that that's right, but that is the culture that is set.
The buyouts are made possible through mega contracts, ultimately leaving the university on the hook. That money is sometimes paid for by private donors or athletic foundations, like in Brian Kelly's case.
Private money becomes state money. Just because it's privately donated doesn't mean that that is a free-for-all that can be just given to coaches and that's your get-out-of-jail-free card. All money is state money.
Ridpath believes Congress is the only hope to rein in bloated spending.
I hate to say we have to rely on the government for anything, but it's where we are, Chris. And I think we're going to have national standards to bring some sanity back to college athletics.
Back at the Grove, many rebels echo Ridpath's demand for reform. Lane Kiffin's abrupt exit has fans buzzing as a painful sting of betrayal lingers.
There's no way a coach should be able to leave a team in the middle of the year to go, especially to an in-conference rival. It's ridiculous.
Thank you, Chris. Still ahead in sports, the Hilltoppers are preparing to defend their home court in an upcoming Conference USA battle. We have those details next.
The season began with 32. 18 weeks later, we're left with the best.
He drives it. It's on the way, and it is good. It's intercepted up the middle of the 20. Then the players hit. The ball short free. He loses the ball. The ball's rolling. Recovered at the 45.
Follow the NFL playoffs on Westwood One Sports.
Need new flooring? Shop at Home Carpets has you covered. Get new flooring in days, not months. And we'll finance it. Get no payments for 3 months and up to 12 months, same as cash. Visit our website today at shopathomecarpets.com to apply.
WKU men's basketball enters their next game sitting at 10-6 overall and 3-2 in CUSA play. They'll be looking to defend home court against a tough Missouri State squad. The Hilltoppers' offense is one of the best in the league, led by Tegan Moore, who's pouring in over 17 points a night. When the Tops are hitting their strides in transition, they're nearly impossible to catch, but the game plan starts and ends with stopping Keith Pallick. He's the Bears' leading man, averaging a dominant 17.5 points and over 7 rebounds. He's a double-double threat every time he steps on the floor. If WKU can win the battle in the paint and keep Pallick off the glass, they'll move to 4-2 in the conference. It's a CUSA battle that tips off at 6:30 Wednesday inside EAW Arena. After earning their first Conference USA dub of the season over UTEP their last time out, the Lady Toppers know the challenge now is consistency. With a road trip to Sam Houston coming up, the team knows they must keep that focus to build off the string of wins. Callie Rose West believes she knows how to keep their first CUSA win from going to their heads.
Each game is a fresh slate. Like it's easy to look ahead and get excited, but this was a great win for us. But we're back at square zero. Basically, it's gonna be a new game, new lights, new core, everything. So we just gotta keep on showing up. We've seen what we can do. Everybody's locked in. So now just building off of that and doing what it is that Lady Toppers need to better Lady Toppers.
The Lady Toppers aim to secure their second CUSA win when they face the Bearcats this Thursday at 6:30. Catch the action live on ESPN+. The Louisville Cardinals will be back on the court in a top 25 matchup against Virginia. Right now, it's still not clear if the Cards will have everyone available.
Y'all suck.
On the ACC coaches call, Pat Kelsey says that he still doesn't know when Michael Brown Jr. or Ryan Conwell will be returning from injury. Conwell missed the last game against Boston College after hurting his knee in practice. Brown has missed the last 6 games with a back injury. Kelsey says Brown is working hard to return back to the court, but is not quite sure when that will happen. Tip-off for Tuesday's matchup versus the Cavaliers is scheduled for 6 p.m. inside the KFC Yum Center.
Fully expect him to be back out there this season at some point. When that is, I don't know right now, but that's where it stands as of today.
Continuing with our injury report, UK point guard Jalen Lowe re-injured his shoulder in a win over Mississippi State. Just like Brown at U of L, his return is not known at this time. Head coach Mark Pope was hoping Lowe could return, but now must plan to move on without him.
He was
Let's go,
in
UK.
the game yesterday, and so we're kind of doing consults, and I was hoping that he was going to wake up yesterday morning and just feel perfect, but he didn't. So we'll kind of move forward.
The Indiana Hoosiers are headed to the national championship after an incredible season. They crushed the Oregon Ducks 56-22 in the Peach Bowl with Heisman Trophy winner Fernando Mendoza throwing for 5 touchdown passes. Next up, the Hoosiers take on the Miami Hurricanes Monday, January the 19th at 6:30 p.m. That's your look at sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Need new flooring? Shop at Home Carpets has you covered. Get new flooring in days, not months. And we'll finance it. Get no payments for 3 months and up to 12 months, same as cash. Visit our website today at shopathomecarpets.com to apply.
Trending now, the Girl Scouts kicked off their cookie sale today. You can use the Cookie Finder website to order your favorite treats so they can be shipped directly to your home or business. A new cookie is available this year called Explore More's. It's a Rocky Road ice cream inspired cookie you can buy in person starting March 6th. We'll be right back with one more look at your forecast.
Need new flooring? Shop at Home Carpets has you covered. Get new flooring in days, not months. And we'll finance it. Get no payments for 3 months and up to 12 months, same as cash. Visit our website today at shopathomecarpets.com to apply.
I'm watching this through my Roku.
Do you have a yo-yo smile? Sometimes yellow, sometimes white? Get Smile Actives and add it to your favorite toothpaste. Our patented Polyclean microfoam lifts away deep stains for a dramatically younger and whiter smile. 100% of users saw whiter teeth.
If you could use something so easy like Smile Actives to take yellow teeth to white teeth, why wouldn't you?
Act now. Get Smile Actives for just $24.95 and we'll double your order free. Scan the code, go to smileactives.com or call.
Well, David, tomorrow is going to be a nice day, but by the end of the week, it's going to get pretty chilly again.
Yeah, we got some big changes in that forecast overall. The weather pattern is going to really dive back into winter, but tomorrow, 60 degrees. It will be a bit on the breezy side. We get some rain late Tuesday night into Wednesday, maybe a couple of snow showers as temperatures get a bit colder. 32 on Thursday, and then the weekend may not even get to freezing.
That's going to do it for WBKO News at 10. Thank you for joining us. Jimmy Kimmel is up next.
And witness the deadly impact. Why should people enjoy?
Okay, I don't care about investigating news.